Let me do one little cross check. Okay.
Okay, here we go. Welcome. This is the Naples Bitcoin Blockchain Meetup group, and our mission is to accelerate the peaceful transition to a Bitcoin economy. If you want to get early bird tickets, you got to do it tonight, or maybe first thing tomorrow. Depends on when I get to changing it. But we are going to increase the ticket prices. They are currently $99 for an early bird ticket. It's going to go up to $199 per ticket. So if you want to attend and get in at a bargain price, now's the time to do it. You can just go to bitcoinday.io and click the big button that says get tickets and get your early bird ticket. We also are streaming from a couple of from our main X channel, which is Protocol Pulse. So at Protocol Pulse HQ, and then a couple of other channels to pay attention to: Naples BTC Block and Cypherpunk'd. So Cypherpunk'd _. So you can see some great content that we're producing on those channels. And our guest tonight is Mike Revy from Bulla Network. I'm going to let him give an intro, a self-intro, because other than the fact that he's the CEO of Bulla Network, I really don't remember a lot of things about his background, although I've heard it a couple of times.
Checkered.
Okay. All right. So we'll turn it over to you, Mike. And he doesn't have a presentation. He's going to tell you a little bit about what Bulla Network does, and then we're going to open it for Q&A. He's been in Bitcoin and crypto for a long time, and he's a very smart man.
Yes, thank you.
Yay, Mike.
Thanks. Thank you. Thank you. It's great to be here. My background, I started as a kid programming in high school, ultimately wound up on Wall Street as a quant. I was a bond trader, a convertible bond trader at Lehman Brothers, and then I went to the buy side, managed a hedge fund. And in 2008, you all know what happened then, the GFC. And I kind of lost my job there and went back to my roots, programming. I bought a Bitcoin, not in 2008, in like 2010 or 11, thinking it was programmable money, and it's not, it's just hard currency. But the best part about it was always there. Whenever I opened my wallet, didn't matter where I was in the world, my Bitcoin was still there. So that turned me on to Bitcoin. And the other part of me is, because I traded bonds so much, I was helping companies finance themselves. So I know a lot about finance, and I know a lot about credit. I know a lot about accounting. And all of these things flow together and work best on a blockchain. And that's what Bulla is about. Did I lose my screen?
You did, yeah.
Let's see if it comes up. Yeah, so just quick introduction. If you go to bulla.network and you look at the pools, this is what you'll see at the top. That's a mainnet one that's at 0, but then the other two, Ethereum and TCS. So I have a question, especially in a room of Bitcoiners. Since November last year, it probably could have been a good idea to have had an uncorrelated asset to Bitcoin, perhaps. And that's why you own fixed income. And what's really exciting about these pools is the TCS pool is 30-day liquidity. And it's all AA, AAA credit. So this is 30-day net paper from companies like Walmart or Rainier. And you can get in and out in 30, 35 days, depending on how the invoices get paid. The other pool on top, Ethereum, that is not quite available yet, but that is container shipping, 60-day. And that's even better. That's insured by Allianz. Of course, Allianz could blow up like AIG, but it's still a 15% or 12% kind of return on 60 days. And that's what is really motivating me. And I'll just go quickly to a quick presentation about what Bulla is. Go ahead.
I was going to say, before you do that, Mike, for some people like me, I'm not super familiar with, what exactly is that when you say 30-day paper? Can you explain, like we're 5?
Yes, what you're doing. Yes, okay, like we're all 5.
Yeah.
What we're doing is we are financing working capital. So if I send you an invoice, John, and I don't want to wait for you to pay it because you're a bum, you take 30 days, I can sell it to Max. And what would I sell it for? Let's say 98 cents on the dollar. And then Max holds it and he waits until you pay, he collects 100. That's what financing, that's what commercial paper finance is all about.
Is that running in what platform?
I'm agnostic. It doesn't run on Bitcoin, but it's on any EVM. So I'm on mainnet, Polygon, Base, Arbitrum.
So we can access through MetaMask.
Yeah, yes, XDC. I'm going to be on XDC soon.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's the idea of finance paper.
I really like that.
Sorry.
No, I really like that, and you posted on the supported because I missed it. I didn't know it works like accounts receivable.
Yeah, it is accounts receivable. That's what I'm financing.
I was
Yes.
looking for a source for that, actually,
Yes.
for some of my clients.
And it's even better. It's on chain. There is an audit. There will be a UCC filing you could look up as well, which in the US is how you
Yes.
make sure things aren't rehypothecated. On the container shipping, I'm relying on the insurer instead of a UCC, but the UN and other bodies are working on a standardization of filing claims so that there's less fraud already.
What you do is you choose this vendors?
I don't, I'm the protocol, but I get people to choose it for me
Oh,
and use the
so
protocol.
you have a team that are continuously choosing the
Yes.
best one.
Yes. So the way, like TCS, those guys are picking the invoices. Those guys make an agreement with a trucking company that includes recourse.
Yes.
That includes, reassignment, because you have to tell Walmart, hey, don't send the check to John anymore. Send it to, right? Those kinds of things. Once that's set up, then he is my pool administrator, really. And he decides what invoices the pool will buy. He also decides who can be a depositor in the pool. And then he also decides, lastly, what the target yield is. So right now he's decided 8% should get him enough, interest. It's double A, triple A paper, and that's way above. I have a little slide comparing the other people if you want to. Shall we get there? Any other questions?
What was your question?
Is that like in the government center, you have the factory?
Yes, 100%. What I'm doing is not new. It's been around since, I was saying earlier in the podcast, since the Sumerians, basically. It's letters of credit finance. It's basically, I know there's going to be a time lag between production and delivery. But if I know I have a purchase order, then I should be able to get finance to build a factory so that I can actually deliver on the purchase order. This is old. What's different and very different is you can tokenize something now, and that makes it public. That makes it, unchangeable. What do you call it? Permissionless and immutable. Thank you. God, I always forget that word. Immutable, permissionless. And what it does is it takes, instead of me, I could write on a sheet of paper, John, you owe me $100, right? But that piece of paper can only travel so far, right? On a blockchain with DeFi, price discovery should come. And that's the great hope. So I should be able to, or something like this will be able to bring the cost of capital down for manufacturers and people who have, lag between delivery and what they're doing. So let me I'll quickly go through a couple of slides. You see
Where does
that?
the name come from?
Bulla,
Where
Bulla,
did
it's a
they
good
come
question.
from?
Bulla is Sumerian or ancient Sumerian. It's a word that means stamp. And the idea is you would go, let's say you're a farmer and you're raising sheep. You're not going to go to the market and bring every one of your flock to the market, are you? You're going to bring a few specimens. And then the buyers are going to look at the specimens, go, well, okay, I want 5 of those. I want 10 of those. And what do they do at the end of the day? They go to the priest or the king or the scribe, whomever had a stamp, and says, okay, you know, they have a receipt to go collect. And that stamp gave it meaning. So if it were, you know, it's not just anybody's stamp. With blockchains now, your wallet is your stamp. That's your Bulla. Very important. You shouldn't be making, minting invoices, fake invoices, because if you do, your wallet address is going to be known as a, you know, fisher, as a bad actor. So that's,
What it means in Spanish?
no, what does it mean?
Noise. Noise.
Noise.
Noise.
Noise.
Noise. Okay. Well, it's kind of noisy, I guess. It also is yeah. The other use was, and I was saying, my mom would read to me when I was a kid, and we read about Henry VIII, who was excommunicated by papal bull. And what does that mean? It was a piece of paper that had the Pope's, you know, signature ring on it, like, you know, stamped in wax. So that's what the Bulla means. And just quickly, what is Bulla? It's 2 things. And I mentioned that you need both to do what I'm doing. Number 1, you need an application, a banker app that can let you express an invoice, a purchase order, or a friend lend, we call them. And what that is I'm doing what Bored Apes did for pictures to invoices. That's all I'm doing. So all of these are NFTs.
NFTs, right.
So the AR, it's an NFT. It has a creditor and a debtor address. The PO is the reverse, right? I'm indenturing myself to somebody else. P2P loans, again, you can offer on Bulla. If I know your address, I can offer you, you know, $10,000 at 12%. If you accept, then the money goes to you and I have a loan back to me. All of these are tokens. And what happens is, just by itself, it facilitates really collaborative, easy business between parties, because anytime your wallet gets on Bulla, it will see, oh, you're the debtor, you have a payable. Oh, you're in the creditor spot, that's a receivable. Oh, you've got a loan payable, loan receivable. So the books are automatic. And anytime I do something with somebody, I am updating their books. So that's what triple entry accounting is. Anyway, not to nerd out too much, but then.
I do like your tokens though, as opposed to the JP Morgan tokens, which is going to be on a permission blockchain.
I'm not a permit, yeah.
And your permissionless.
I am
which
100%
makes your product
permissionless.
1,000 times better than theirs.
Yeah, I don't want to, well, here's my response to JP Morgan. I love bank. I used to work at a bank, you know, but like with Bulla, you can originate your own credit. Think about that. Before, when I was a banker, you had to come to me and I would originate a bond for you. And if I did, well, it would cost you.
Yeah.
You can do it now with Bulla and a MetaMask wallet for the gas. That's pretty outrageous, right? And
You and I will be doing a lot of business.
okay, great,
Oh, yeah.
great. And the last part, the thing that glues it all together, like, why do I bother doing this tokenization? Why do I care, right? I can use Quicken, I can use Venmo, I can use, you know, pay, all this other stuff, is because we have smart contract pools. Those pools have an underwriter who has their address, and that underwriter does the things I was saying. It knows creditors that it's willing to accept and buy invoices. The terms are set in the pool. I told you 8% is what Todd is willing to buy AAA paper at, which is an awfully good deal. And Terum, they do 15% for whomever they've allowed whitelisted. Also, that pool manager can turn on people's wallets. Actually, I am the person who's doing that, not Todd, but it has that functionality. And what we're going to add pretty soon. Let me just go. What else did I? Oh, the pool also has the functionality. This is really cool. Instead of waiting for invoices to come in and the pool to buy them, you can also set up a pool that just lets you tap credit. So if my wallet address is known to a pool, I can go to Bulla and let me see. Oh, let me go to the next page. I can go to Bulla and see at the top, it's hard to see, but tap credit. So I just click on tap credit. It shows me a list of pools that I might be party to. And then I say, well, make a request. It'll come back and say, well, we offer you $10,000 at whatever percent. You say yes or no. And then boom, it goes into your little Bulla app here. It's also on the blockchain as well. This is all blockchain. This is Quicken on the blockchain, basically.
Are you doing money market on the pools?
Yeah, the pool is like a money market, yeah. So what you're looking at here is the first part. So it says receivables up here, there's payables, there's payment. It has a bunch of information that shows you all the dumb things you're doing on a blockchain. And here you can see they're all factored. These are all invoices and receivables. Other things you can loan, tap credit, swap. You can look at some NFT data. And then I wanted to show quickly the pool. This pool I showed earlier, it's got a net APY 8%, 30, 40 days. The paper itself is not rated. That's important to know. Like the invoices are not rated, but the company that issued the debtor is. So don't confuse that with thinking it's commercial paper that is rated by S&P. I don't know if people know S&P costs money to rate things. So usually the company will be rated and then its debt, different debt will be, sub whatever. Like if it's 30-day, it's the same as the company, but if it's longer, it might have a different rating anyway.
So you mean like your debtors in that situation are the
Essentially Walmart and
shippers, the
Rainier.
receivers,
Walmart and Rainier, because what we're doing is we are only buying invoices for delivered freight, not freight that's in transit. So we have a bill of lading. The guy at the shipping dock, oh, yep, everything's here, signs it, Bulla signs it, and hands it off, and then we scan it, tokenize it, and then the pool will buy it. And here you can see the pool right now. It has, I can't read those numbers, but about 350,000 in it. These are deposits and redemptions. So you can see all the deposits and redemptions that's been happening. You could click here for invoices. It will show you every invoice that's in the pool and the state that it's in. So when did it get paid? How late was it? To whom it was? And then we have a redemption queue. So what you can do is right now, if you see there's only $1,000 in here now, 350 is outstanding. I could not redeem $350,000 today, right? Because there's only $1,000 in the pool. So what you do is you put yourself in the redemption queue. What happens then every couple of days when invoices get paid, there's a cycle. The invoices get paid, the pool gets money, and then it flushes the redemption queue. And then it tries to buy more invoices. So that's how the redemption queue works. So if you're worried about, 30 days or, you can just wait in the pool and get redeemed.
So the yield is 8%.
APY to net to you.
Right, net to me.
Yeah.
So they're buying at 90%.
Yeah, it's high. It's aggressive. Yeah, it's aggressive. They're buying invoices at around 12, 13%
Right.
PA, and I'm financing them at 8. But there's a lot of reason why there's that big a spread, because it is still a world of Web 2 or 2.5.
Yes.
So you've got still ACHs and wires, there's still a lot of friction. It's possible doing it this way though, all that friction goes away. Like, because if Walmart had a wallet, imagine, right? I wouldn't have to wait for them to ACH me. Here's a quick comparison of other RWA is what this is, real world assets. So other RWAs, most of them are like treasury bonds and, bigger things. And so they're a lot bigger companies, but their net APYs are a lot lower. That's why you want to get into RWA, because it just has a better yield. And I think even a better credit profile than treasury bonds. I have been trading long enough to know that even Walmart paper can trade through U.S. governments, like at a lower spread than governments. I've seen that happen. So these are companies that are actually generating a cash flow off of the assets that they have. Remember, the government has to tax us to get money to pay the bond or roll the bond or rely on the next treasury auction. So Walmart doesn't have that problem generally.
So the last two haven't come out. Those are decentralized. They're Texas.
Yes. Yeah, and
I
they're
don't know about the other ones. Maple and Ondo probably, but I know Franklin and BlackRock and
yeah, those are big boys.
WI,
Big.
I mean, they don't even compare to your product.
No, there are.
Oh,
No, I mean, I know I'm in a room of Bitcoin people who are used to 20-30%, and but
Not always.
well, exactly. I mean, that's why I said it's good to diversify. You want to be in fixed income.
We're used to roller coaster rides.
Yeah. Well, so
we know the limitations of Bitcoin too. So that's why we like,
yeah,
the
yeah,
capacity and
I'm with you.
capability of Ethereum.
yeah.
As long as
As long as I mean,
So-
as long as the dollar doesn't blow up.
So how does this work? If I want to become a qualified person on your network, I can put up, say, $100,000.
Yeah.
Give you my wallet address.
Yep.
Transfer the 100,000 to your pool, or does it stay in my wallet?
You would put money into the pool, and back would come pool tokens.
Oh, okay.
And those,
Say that again, please.
you put money into the pool, and back comes tokens,
Okay.
Bulla tokens. Let me go back real quick. Sorry.
And then I can hold on to those for months or years. Or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah, as long as you like. Wait, let me
And
get
it
it.
just-
how do you keep the value
just
of your
keeps-
Bulla tokens?
So here, like view details.
Mike, you may have to do some zooming
Oh,
on
whoops.
this because this
Oh,
is,
I'm sorry, it's really small.
I've got
wait.
very expensive eyes, but that's very small. I'm not carrying-
I'm killing you.
No.
I'm killing you. Here we go. Wait.
That's-
Is that better?
There you go.
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Now we're talking. Okay, so you see at the top, that's the price of the current BFT in this pool. One spot 018256,
Point to it on the screen, please.
right here.
There you go. Yep, got it.
Okay, so what happened was that anytime if I buy an invoice for $900 and the token is at 1 and there are $900 in the pool, right? The invoice then gets paid. It gets paid for $1,000. There is $100 extra in the pool. If there are no new tokens, that token went up in value, right? That's how it works. So it just accrues. So and it's great because, and I'm not a tax, I'm not here to give you tax advice, but this would be a capital gain on interest earned, actually.
What, if anything, would cause the value of the tokens to go down?
If you had an impairment, if somebody did not pay one of these invoices.
How often is it?
That hasn't happened yet. It happens in trucking, depending on the economy. On average, 1.5% default. And if it gets bad, 3%. A lot of the TCS will do all that it can to keep this money trough going. So what they'll do typically is if somebody is behind on payments, they will buy the invoice out of the pool and they'll work it out with the trucker. And they'll leave the pool as is. But there is language in the subscription agreement that says anything's 90 days over, is automatically bought by me at 20 cents.
So can you explain the value of your token? What is TCS?
TCS is the company. TCS is the company that is,
It's running the pool.
yes. Yes, and it shouldn't, that's probably confusing. It's just TCS settlement pool. And this is the Bulla Finance token that you get when you deposit. So see here, that's the token name, BFT TCS V2.
1018 is the price of your token.
The price of
This one.
exactly, of all the tokens. Of my tokens might be different depending on when I got in and when I didn't. I don't know if you know this, but because I'm a bond trader, I do. If you buy a bond at 101, what do you actually pay? You pay the 101 plus any accrued, right? Accrued interest in between coupons.
Yeah.
Same here, same here. So what it's saying, like if you were to buy it, you would buy it with plus the current accrued. So it says, oh, I've got 30 days of invoices today. I expect to make $10,000 divided by the number of BFTs. You can't front run other people, so you have to buy and pay the accrued, right? And then you move forward. Redemption, though, is only at cash, so you want to put it in the redemption queue and wait for invoices to get paid, because otherwise you would lose the accrued. If you were to go in today and pay the accrued and then go out tomorrow, you would lose the accrued. Does that make sense? Right, so you got to be a little careful when you redeem.
So in the case of John, that's going to give you 100,000. Where is that money going to go? Is he going to create another pool?
No, it would be right here. See these deposits?
It goes into that pool. So
It goes into
it's
that pool, but
basically,
he selects what pool to put in.
Of course, yeah.
Okay.
it's
yeah.
basically private credit. Like I'm
Yeah.
loaning the
You are.
money to the people who want to
Yes.
buy the invoice, right?
Yes,
Right.
yes,
Yeah.
you are.
And then when the invoice gets paid, then I'm getting
You get
paid back.
the yield.
Yep,
With anticipated 8.5%.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right? And so this particular pool is running on base.
It is on base.
Yeah.
We're gonna move, this pool is gonna move to mainnet and Arbitrum because he signed a deal with PayPal, PYUSD. So we have now the mint function. I don't know if you know what that means is that I can now mint PYUSD instead of having to buy it. So anyway, it's a long story.
Wait, you got
Print money?
I can print PYUSD.
You're becoming.
Well, I need dollars. I need to send them dollars.
Well,
Oh, I
that's
see.
different.
It's not, no, I wish. Don't I wish. I wouldn't be here if that were the case.
That's the difference in the stable coins versus banks' money. Although they're both representing dollars, the stable coins, they have to be backed.
Yes, that's part of that's the Genius Act, right?
Spin it out of thin air.
Yeah, what's cool about this, in my view, just to get Cypherpunk'd, I guess, is banking to me is a black box. It's opaque. You put your money in a deposit at JP Morgan, you don't know what they're doing with your money.
Yes, we do.
Well,
They're rehypothecating.
100%.
They're paying-
We're
they're-
loaning it out and they're making money on our money. We
That's
know
right.
exactly what they're doing.
They're paying for their new office building too.
Right. Well, that too.
you're suffering more than I do because I don't know.
No, we know what you're doing.
You can
Most
guess,
people don't.
you
We
can
do.
guess, and it's not good generally. This would be, you know where it is.
Yeah.
And I can't take it out. Nobody can. The only thing that you have a redemption queue. That's it.
Very nice, very nice. So
Yeah.
far, beautiful.
So you mentioned a subscription agreement. Does that mean you have to be an accredited investor to qualify?
Sadly, you do. These are Howey test kind of things. It's better for me to make it accredited. At first, I just had, and I will have this soon. Let me go up. Let me connect. This is always risky in a demo, but let's see what happens.
Well, that's the problem with tokenization. They're stealing our beautiful tokens for non-accredited people to make it only for.
I would like to make it non-accredited. I think accredited might go away with the SEC.
Do what?
The SEC has new regulations. And I think one of the things they're trying to get rid of is accredited for and replace it with sophisticated.
Okay.
To me, it's ridiculous, sophisticated. Think about a stable token. That's a derivative.
Yeah.
How many people, normal people, have bought a derivative?
Yeah.
So let me switch network. Okay, so see these two buttons they're not enabled.
Yep.
But what we're going to have soon is you click on deposit, it will be enabled. And first thing it'll say is, well, okay, if you want to, we don't know your wallet. If you want to deposit, you're going to have to docs. And here's our subscription agreement. It's already pre-signed by me. You can sign it with your wallet. That subscription agreement will say things like what the target yield is, who sets it, what kind of other fees there are, how the redemption queue works, who TCS is, how they manage the business. Everything is disclosed. You sign, and then the last step is KYC. Initially, we were just going to do OFAC and punt, but I don't, and I don't think the SEC is going to come after me, especially if I'm financing trucking. But that's to come.
How are you going to receive from MetaMask?
Your wallet is connected, so all you do.
But I don't have to be doxed.
You do, yeah. I'd have to know your wallet, or the underwriter has to know your wallet. Let me switch. Let me see. It's this guy. Let me see here. Bulla Funder. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
We are, if you've noticed, Safe. We work with Safe. You can do it with a regular wallet too, but I wouldn't. If you're doing a lot of money, you should be using a Safe. So here, this Safe OXB1. If I go,
Still small.
oh, let me
Zoom that
expand.
page.
Sorry.
These are all people in this room.
Okay, so I go
I
to
know, right?
finance pool. So now you see it's enabled. You see how deposit redeem. Oh, whoops. So if I want to deposit, I think I have some money. Yeah, if I want to deposit $1,000, all I do is click deposit and see how it's 986 versus 1,000 USD. That's because I'm paying accrued. Okay, and then I deposit and it would go in. Let's do a deposit. Oh, I gotta shoot.
Connect your.
You just.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't.
I'm sorry. Yeah, let's move on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cancel transaction. Abort.
Let me do redeem though. Redeem is interesting.
Well, you have redeemed.
Yeah.
Oh.
So here you would put in your balance. Let's say 1,000. So it's telling me what I'm going to get. See on the bottom.
Play like that would be.
Control plus. So you see, I'm going to redeem 100 BFTs. I'm going to get 101.35 in USDC back. And the way it works in the Safe, let me just go quickly to
So
this.
it doesn't lock you.
No, I'm permissionless. Come on.
Yeah. I'm liking it 98%.
So if you look at the assets, Jeffrey Epstein, I don't know how I got that. Sorry.
He's up in the top.
Yeah, stop.
He's a good friend of yours.
Isn't he Satoshi? So here you can see I have TCS settlement pool. See, I have 209,000 of the tokens. That's about 200 grand in dollars. All right. So that's about it. That's what I had. I will go back to my, how do we grow?
Who's regulating you for this?
Well, that's a good question. SEC.
You are
On the pool side, I would be issuing Reg D 506C exempt securities.
That's why you need a KYC.
Yes. Offshore, I might be able to wiggle around it, and I'm looking at doing that because I have some people in, offshore that don't need to file a Form D. So the way it works, and this is great. I was on the podcast earlier, all the doom and gloom about AI, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was arguing, well, the problem, it's like watching movies where nobody has a cell phone, and the crime could never happen if everybody had a cell phone, right? It's the same thing with AI. Like the crime, I can't figure out how to set up a pool without AI, but a couple hours with AI and I know what I need to do, more or less.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm way more educated than before. So anyway, what we'll do is we'll set up an LLC that is the legal entity for the pool, who issues the pool. So it's not just a contract somewhere. And the moment you have that, then the SEC's pretty okay with it. You also have to file a Form D saying that you're registering securities. But as long as you have the legal entity and the filing, then you're good.
Are you in Naples?
I'm in Jupiter.
You're in Jupiter.
East Coast.
God.
How do you like those
We gotta move you over here.
So Bulla is the infrastructure, and then these other companies like TCS and the other ones that you create the infrastructure for them to set up the pools.
Yes. Yes. Anybody can set up a pool now. Anybody could be a commercial bank. Anybody. I mean, that's pretty radical, right? Pretty.
Right.
I have one cool guy, Fundora. He was going to name it. I hope he does it. He is financing gamers to buy, the next level hardware so that they can win at a game. And he's got a lien on the hardware. So it's like these little loans. I mean, that's a cool idea. It's a cool idea, right?
It is a cool idea. Like some professional gamers games that they can win money at.
Yes,
right?
yes. And they need, some heavy duty, whatever it is. So they'll buy the hardware and he'll finance it. And we'll have there's a lien. He does tap credit. He doesn't do invoices.
Yeah.
So that's the tap credit application. So he has 10 gamers. He knows all their addresses. He says max for you, John, is $2,000. And you got to pay, 15 VIG, 6 months. Otherwise, I'm going to come, collect my hardware.
So it doesn't have to be like, it could be a closed pool.
Oh yeah, that's the whole idea.
Lender side.
Yes, that is the whole idea. It's bringing banking, decentralizing credit, but making it local.
It's so beautiful. I mean, it's just
Thank
so
you,
beautiful.
thank you.
Thanks.
Yes.
Do the loan shark Cypherpunk'd.
Loan Shark Pool 1, Loan Shark Pool 2. I know it has a bad. I'm the Shylock. I know I'm a Shylock.
So if I was somebody that had, let's say, $100 million, and I wanted to finance people,
You could do
to
it.
do Bitcoin mining.
Yes,
Right?
to buy hardware and stuff.
Buy hardware.
Yes.
Set up Bitcoin mining.
Yep.
Just set up a pool on there. And
Yeah. And have what you would need is a couple of agreements with them about recourse
Yeah.
and about, getting your collateral back,
Yeah.
and maybe file a UCC on them. So UCC, you know what that is? It's like giving notice that you are first in line for any
Oh, right.
assets, if there's
Like a lien.
it's like a lien. Yeah. So you get all that document stuff set up, and then it's just a matter of getting their wallets, and you need some depositors. But if you already have the 100 million, then you can, charge what you want.
Yeah, John. Sign up tonight.
20%.
Well, and then so would this facilitate Bitcoin loans?
Bitcoin loans would have to be wrapped. So no, not really. No, this is
Yeah,
not.
It's running on EVM.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So you gotta wrap it.
It's not Bitcoin.
Yeah.
We did
I can
experiment.
teach you how to do it right on
Oh, well, okay.
No, not right. Correct.
Okay.
Nobody's doing it. You can be the first.
I'm
can be
interested.
the first.
I'm interested. I'm very interested. There's a lot of demand for that. Right?
Yes, yes.
Especially, I mean, now
You
it's,
can become bigger than 21.
I hope so.
Yeah, because his product, it is kind of like multi-sig. I mean, you know, you can lend you money, but I still don't trust it because, you know, it's,
You don't trust it?
no, because his system
There's
is,
something,
you have this
yeah.
multi-sig, yes, but,
Yeah.
you know,
I think I know.
the
I know what
system
you're
is
talking
not
about.
fully developed.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, this is fully developed for
I like yours.
for
I like
not for Bitcoin, but yeah, for like
yours.
we did experiment with having you could set up a pool with any base currency or a base token.
Yeah.
You know, you could do it in ETH if you wanted,
And
or you
At the
know,
beginning, I didn't like base.
yeah,
But the way, you know, ETFs and tokenization is going in regulation,
yeah,
especially now, maybe last year or January, I would have thought, okay. But right now, I mean, we kind of know where the regulation is going.
yeah.
So tokenization and stable coins
It's
and EVM is going to be.
it's coming. Yeah, it's
over
coming.
here.
I was saying that the big change has been recognition of stable tokens because 8 months ago we had Gary Gensler, right, or 9 months ago, and they were banned.
Yes.
That's crazy. Now look at, you know, these things are coming and they're just make so much more sense. Even if you're not earning yield on a stable token, you still want to diversify away from the banking system,
Yes.
right? And own your own, because I move 100,000, 150,000. I know for Bitcoiners, that's not much, but you know, in a couple minutes with 2 signatures.
Yes.
Right? And I'm financing 15 different trucking companies.
If we win the clarity, well, not me, but if the stable coins are going to be
With
you're
yield.
able to give you the yield, the 4%
Yeah.
or whatever, if that succeeds, yours is still double better.
Exactly. And
Incredible.
well, right now, if it doesn't succeed, I still have a lot of competition from traditionals. Why? Because they can source at, you know, 0.1%.
Yes.
So they can go out and be aggressive with super big people and say, well, whatever Mike's offering, we're less 100, right? But if yield is allowed, suddenly the banks don't have a, you know, there's no source of, how should I call it? Crony capital, right? I mean, because banks get FDIC, they suffer regulation, but you know what I mean? That source of capital is very cheap, artificially cheap. And that would change if you gave yield to stable tokens.
Right. But I think you do have another advantage that later on you can easily incorporate a triangulation and also a resale. So if somebody needs the money like before 30 days.
Yeah,
in 2
yeah.
days,
AMM, yeah. The other thing I wanted to mention too, the pool, the underwriter has a configuration where you can add insurance. You can add an admin fee and an insurance fee. You can add an address of the insurer, the one that is buying it, right? Because there's a whole recovery business.
Yep.
And in the subscription agreement, we can say, well, it's automatic, it goes out at 20 cents, but if they recover, the pool gets another 50 cents back or 50, you know what I mean?
exactly.
So you still have recovery like you would in normal life. Like I told you, it's 1% defaults, but recovery is like 85%. So 85 cents.
Yeah.
So even though there are defaults, you get after, you know, legal and everything, you still get 85 cents
And
recovery.
the market also, the market sometimes, depending on their sales, they may need the money really fast, so they're willing to give you an extra couple points.
I'm happy. I'd buy it all day below the accrued. Why wouldn't I? You know, so yeah. Anyway, and so any other?
So why do you think this is the, what did you tell me before the podcast? The biggest
The revolution.
revolution?
Well, in banking, I think it's going to bring a renaissance in banking because people have forgotten what banking really was. And there are two views of banking in the world, in the U.S. at least. Is one is it should be just a utility. I put my money in, it stays there, it doesn't go away, and I can always get it out. Right? But that's the idea behind FDIC. So you put 250,000 in, it's always going to be there, right? That's the utility view. The problem with the utility view is then how does a banker make money? Well, he's got to fractionally reserve, right? Because he knows you're not going to come in every day and withdraw your money.
95% of the population has no idea.
They have no idea this is happening. This is fully collateralized. That pool is 1 for 1. There's no fractional reserve stuff going on. So all we're doing is making credit available to people who want to finance it without taking the banking risk. And let's just talk about private credit risk today, right? Cliffwater, Blue Owl, Morgan Stanley, BlackRock, Apollo.
All of them just take everybody down.
But the ABA is like really old lobbyists.
Oh yeah, they're powerful people,
Very. Did you
Yeah.
guys see that last week and a half of the ABA conference in Vegas?
Yeah, yeah.
Watch that when you.
Well, I've been debanked twice, and I was at Lehman. I was at First Republic.
The ABA.
I was at Credit Suisse.
Serious.
They are.
Lobbyists are serious.
They are, but I think we can persuade them because banking hasn't gone away, even with this. What's important about banking, at least in my view, is you have relationships, you understand somebody's business, you know that you should be financing them for a proper spread. That's banking. What is banking now? It's rent seeking. It's, fractional reserve relying on FDIC. Okay, yeah, I don't want to be on the.
I can say it.
Okay, I don't want to necessarily, Jamie Dimon. I have an account at Chase. I might lose it.
So you're all 50 states.
I'm global. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
decentralized.
global.
Yeah.
There's no limitation, no jurisdictions, right?
No. I mean, if you want to start a pool in Argentina or in Mexico, I've talked to somebody.
For exports.
Yeah. Well, that's Terram. That's what Terram's doing.
Yeah, that's a huge business.
Yeah. Well, trucking is. I didn't get to the slide, but trucking is a $2 trillion business in our hemisphere, North America. Yeah. And then maritime is equally as big. And then there are other dumb applications. So think of how inefficient our lovely government is, and Medicaid. And you're a doctor. I mean, come on. I know the government's going to pay at some point, but I'm happy to pay the doctor early and wait for, a return. That's a huge application. What else? Construction has too high. The default rates in construction are really high, 13%, 14%.
Yeah, because the risk is higher.
Super high there.
Risk, I've done with that. And
Yeah, super high. Yeah, and you're dealing with, yeah. What else?
What about venture capital? What could a venture capital fund start a pool and then
Yes,
do their
Yes.
dual
they could
pro-
do venture debt. They could do venture debt right tomorrow. Venture debt.
on their own.
Yeah.
On their own pool.
Yeah. How does Bulla make money is important to know. We make a fee when anything goes into the pool. We make between 30 and 50 basis points, depending on the pool.
Okay. Good enough. I mean, fair. Fair, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it means I have to scale to really make money.
Can we do white label?
Yes.
So you're obviously a private company. Are you self-financed and are you?
I am bootstrapped because, I've been through the S storm. I mean, come on. Can you imagine explaining to these VCs what I just explained to you?
I like bootstrap. Because you
Yeah.
don't depend on anyone.
Well,
I
was
don't,
just
no.
wondering if you're.
I want to raise, though I do need to raise. Yeah, in 3-4 months I need to raise. Yeah, in 3-4 months I need to start. I have runway till the end of the year.
And have you gone through all your SEC filings for a raise?
I've been filing. Yeah, I mean I have a corporation. It's Architoken Inc. Don't tell me how I got that name. But it's a long story. But yeah, I've filed. It's all insider. It's me, my brother, a sister, a couple of other dummies.
Family and friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you got
And how big
one
is
brother here, another brother here,
how big is
brother here.
how big is your team?
It's 1, 2. Right now it's 4 people. But then I have access to 2 more. I have access to one guy who works at Chainlink, who's a top dog there. And then this other kid who's, one of these people, 170 IQ.
Savant.
Yeah. But he's so, I don't know what Jenny is, but he's not into, money, man. He's like, just give me something really hard to do. One of those guys. He has options. Even though he's like, I don't need options. But you gotta love people like that. He showed up at my office. I don't know the whole story, but I think not sure he finished high school. One of these people, and didn't know anything, was like making coffee. And I was, come by, learn Solidity. I'll teach you. If you sit here, I'll teach you. And then 9 months later, the guy is writing code for Uniswap. And then he got a job at Coinbase.
Wow.
I mean, that's how it's, and it's great. Kids like that, they don't take any, it's all prima facie. Do you know what I mean? Like they don't have to ask any big questions. Like I would be, well, wait a minute. How does the print function work? They're like, oh, it just works. What are you stuck on that? Right? So anyway, yeah.
All right. Any other questions for
Thank
Mike?
you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
All right. Should we do a little outro?
Yes, let's do it. A little closing outro.
Thank you. All right. Well, I just want to thank our guest, Mike Revy. Thanks very much for coming, everyone. Thanks for joining us online. And we'll be back here again on March 4th.
All right.
Not March, May 4th.
May 4th. We're going backwards.
May 4th, the first Wednesday of every month. May 4th with Max Ironwood, the author of The Death of the Dollar and the Rise of Bitcoin.
Yay.
Very good. Done.